Hey guys, Zach Nold from Old Flaming Horsemanship. Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about how to adopt a Mustang, what tools you're going to need to do it. So when I first started doing Mustangs, which was a couple years ago, I jumped in head first, didn't know a thing about horses, and really had to figure it out on my own. So what I'm about to tell you are the basic tools you need to do groundwork on your horse, okay? This is going to be from the horse coming straight from the corral, never touched, getting in the round pen, the tools you're going to need to be able to get your hands on it so that you can train a Mustang, okay? If you like this content, I need you to hit that subscribe button, like button, and make sure you share. I got some exciting news. This summer, I'm going to be adopting another Mustang. I'm going to talk more about that in another video, but if you want to follow that journey, it's going to be completely unfiltered, uncut. The mistakes, the triumphs, the ups, the downs, the heartaches, everything will be coming onto YouTube with that Mustang. So let's get started. So one of the first things you're going to need to train your Mustang is a halter set. Something that is not going to break. Something that you're not going to care if it gets broken. I recommend you get something with a breakaway strap, because when you go to the Delta corrals, they'll put the Mustang in a chute and they'll ask you, do you want to put a halter on? I'd recommend yes. You can choose the lead rope or not. We put it on our horse, that way they could start getting it. And if we get the halter on it, we could start leading him around. With this, you put it on the horse goes into your corral, doesn't want you to touch it, doesn't want you to catch it, but it's getting used to something moving on its face. It's going to be on it a lot during the course of its life. And if it gets hung up on something, you have a breakaway strap, so the horse doesn't hurt itself, hang itself, break its neck, whatever you want to say. This strap will break, and it's broken multiple times. It's basically a piece of leather meant for that purpose, called a breakaway strap. So halter with a breakaway strap. Make sure you got a basic lead rope. If you want to put a lead rope on it, I wouldn't make it more than 4 feet. Some people do that. It's an old cowboy method, which works fine. And teach them on how to give the pressure themselves. I just do the halter. I don't do the lead rope, and I kind of go from there. After that, you're going to need a stick and string. Stick and string doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be Clint Anderson. Just go get the basic Mustang stick and string brand thing from Tractor Supply or IFA or wherever your tack store is. This is about 17 bucks. What this is going to do is allow you to apply pressure and release to a horse. If you watch my round penning video, my lunging video, the stick and string is very important. It's part of the process, okay? If you don't like the stick string, we're going to talk about the flag. Very Buck Brannaman-esque. In fact, I got this at a Buck Brannaman clinic. The flag is used to desensitize and sensitize simultaneously, similar to a stick and string, but without any sting. The flag is very useful once you get the horse caught and leading to get it used to things around its blind spots, which if you watch my video on flagging, and we'll tell you about how to desensitize a horse to blind spots. This is something I did not use in my first Mustang or another horse that I helped out with, but when my Mustang had a baby, this flag came out after I learned what I was doing. And I've also been using it on our AQHA quarter horse. This flag will be used a lot on this Mustang coming up this summer. So make sure you got a flag. This one costs probably about 50 bucks, but you can make your own flag out of a stick and a piece of cloth if you chose to. The next thing you're going to need, once you get the breakaway halter, so let's say you got the breakaway halter, you got it on and off, whether you use the patience pull and you touched them from a long ways away and worked your way up, or you roped them and taught them to lead before you're able to get your hands on them, is you're going to need a halter with knots in it. It's called a training halter. This one's made by Clint Anderson. I prefer it. It's a little bit more spendy. And you're going to need a 14-foot lead rope. A 14-foot lead rope should be something when you first start training that Mustang that they have with them at all times while you're training them. So when this halter's on, this lead rope's on. They're tied up, this lead rope's on, etc., etc. The reason these knots are here or to apply pressure at the proper points to get them to give and release better, okay? In fact, this is the exact same thing I first started riding my Mustang in. Not a Hackamore, not a bit, this. This is what I recommend. This is the first thing I recommend you ride a horse in, okay? If you really want to go with the snaffle bit, you can, or a Hackamore, but you don't need to. If you're trying to save some money, this will work just fine. It'll do its job, it'll last you years, you'll be able to use it to ride your horse in and train it in, okay? So, halter, training halter, 14-foot lead rope, must have. Next thing is a 22-foot lead rope. Really a lead rope that's gonna be 20 plus feet. For lunging, when you first start a horse, a lot of times they don't understand how to carry their body the way you want them to carry their body or humans do. They're going to blow wide, they're gonna get big. This line gives you distance between you and them for two reasons. One, keeps you safe. Two, it allows them to figure out their body on their own. And if you want some advice, something I learned is use a LARIAT to give them even more space. Once you get them with you on the hindquarters, you on the forequarters, and a couple of those other buttons, use the LARIAT on the end of your halter and teach them to go in a circle, lunge, and just let them find it. Let them drag that rope, let them figure out how to pick up the canter properly in the right lead and trot and extended trot. Let them figure out how to calm down on their own. It's all very important for training a Mustang. These tools will help you get there. So 22-foot lead rope, also made by Clinton Anderson. Highly recommend it. A little bit more spendy, but worth every penny. It's lasted me multiple years, multiple horses. Something I want to make sure I tell you guys is there's knots in the ends of most of my lead ropes, if not all of them. That's from experience. Even with gloves on, it's a smooth rope. They rip this out of your hands, you've just lost the pressure scale that you had going and the ability to teach them when you've taken a step back. Put a knot in the end. Do not let go of the rope at all costs, okay? Something that some people are pretty intimidated by, but is absolutely essential, the rope, the LARIAT, whatever you want to call it, the hula hand. This right here is going to be how you teach a horse to give its feet, how you're going to rope the horse in a round pen if it won't let you catch it, so you can then teach it to that you are going to be okay and that it's going to be loved by you, okay? And then further along in your training, you're going to rope its hind feet, you're going to rope its butt, its belly, you're going to rope its legs, or at least you're going to put the ropes on them so it gets used to those areas being touched. This is how you're going to pick up a horse's foot to teach it to pick up its feet without kicking out, so it can be trimmed and so it can be taken care of by the vet, by the farrier, etc. Okay? LARIAT. Get a soft LARIAT from somewhere that has a rating scale. See, the place I got it from has a rating scale for pink. I picked one of the softer LARIATs. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's going to last longer. This one is new. The one I had when I first started was a little bit longer, a little bit tougher, but it did the job, okay? Get a soft LARIAT so it doesn't leave marks. And remember, if you rope that horse on the head, you're committed until you can get this LARIAT off. This is something that's scary for people. I've got a video about roping the feet. I'm going to be making videos with this new Mustang using this. I'm going to show you how a regular person does it, okay guys? There's nothing to this except perseverance, humbleness, understanding, and trying to do right by the horse at all times, okay? So let's go back over the tools real quick that you need. These are the essentials, and I'm going to give you a total price figure, what I think they'll cost you long run, okay? Stick of string, about 17 bucks, let's say 20 bucks. Halter with breakaway strap, put on them at the corrals, basic lead rope, whether or not you want it on, at least have it, okay? This setup here, anywhere between 30 and 40 bucks total, maybe 50. Flag, you don't have to get one that costs as much. This is about 50 bucks, okay? So now we're sitting at about $120-ish spent. Some more expensive items, training halter. Definitely get it. You don't have to get the one from Clinton Anderson. You can get one from the store for less money. And 14-foot lead rope. Get them as a combo if you can. This probably cost, if I remember correctly, right around that $100 range. 22-foot lead rope. Probably add another $100 to that. So what, that's 320 bucks. And then the scary item, the LARIAT. You don't have to get a super expensive one. I bought one a little more spendy, probably about 60, 70 bucks for this, which much softer, not gonna hurt the horse, okay? So realistically, you can probably get everything, if you're really on a budget, for less than 400 bucks. I mean, you take the stick and string, you make your own, $5. You just saved yourself 45 bucks. Stuff like that, or the flag, make your own too, $5. Anyway, if you have any questions or you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, comment on it, share it, and follow for more. Remember, I'm gonna have a Mustang this summer and show you how everybody can train a wild Mustang. Thanks guys, I hope you have a great day.